Let's begin. Hello, everyone. We're officially recording. And what are we talking about today? I'm Shweta, and we are going to be using the tools of access consciousness. Can everyone hear me all right?
Yes.
Awesome. Brilliant. So, we're talking about success. So, let's begin with asking you because I asked you all, how many of you like success? And I saw a few hands go up. And how many of you like failure? No hands going up.
None.
How many of you don't like failure? Yeah, none of us likes failure, do we?
Yeah.
We all want to be successful. Me, Jatinder, was that for success or failure? I'm assuming it was for success. And let's begin the call by asking ourselves, what does success mean to me? So we're basically talking about 3 tools to begin with talking about success, because there's so many tools. There's so much that we can go into about success and failure. And most of our lives we spend trying to have success, avoiding failure, right? So access consciousness has taught me to look at every word and the energy that goes with it, because that is where we begin to understand what my point of view about this word is, right? Certain words have meaning, all words have meanings, of course, but it's also important to see what my point of view around it is, what my personal point of view around that particular word is. So I would like to ask you guys, what does success mean to you? And if you have a pen and paper or whatever's coming up for you, maybe you want to jot it down, or maybe you want to just type it in the chat, or maybe you just want to pipe up and tell me, what does success mean to you? So what does success mean to you? And this is actually the first tool to start to get the energy of what does success mean to you. So anyone willing to volunteer and tell me, what does success mean to you? Welcome everyone.
I put it in the chat as well, but if things go the way that I wanted to,
yeah, things should go the way I want them to. Awesome. Who else? What does success mean to you? Have you ever asked yourself that? What does success mean to you?
When what I have thought should happen happens that way, when my envisioning coincides with the things actually happening, I think that would be success. When it meets my
basically what Gina said, things go the way I want them to, showing up the way I want them to.
Yeah, it's actually what Gina said.
Yeah. Hey, Shushuma, you had something to say?
Whatever I feel to buy or do something, and it goes very smoothly, happily, and successful means everybody are happy, as well as myself also happily enjoying that thing.
Yeah, so everything should be happy. It's like a Karan Johar movie, or no, Karan Johar movies are not all happy. Who's the guy who makes all happy movies, like the ones like in which all the family.
Not all happy, first myself to be happy.
Suraj Bhattatia.
Suraj Bhattatia. You want to be happy first, is what you're saying. Yeah, and everything should go easy. Everything should be smooth. Everything should be, yeah. Awesome.
Shweta, I would like to say,
Please go for it. Go for it. Yes.
Yeah. It should be all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory.
That's wonderful. But when you say all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, what do you really mean? Do you mean what these wonderful ladies here are saying?
Things could come. Yeah, it means that whatever I want should come to me, but I feel that whatever is correct should come to me. What is right for me should come to me. Maybe many a times we think we plan something which is not correct for us, which is not right for us. So it can be that way also. So for me, it is things come to me easily. They fall into place correctly. And obviously, I have fun and joy with it, and enjoy the fame with it.
Brilliant. Yeah, the fame and
for me, that is success.
Awesome. Awesome. So let's talk about that. You said fame, money, things coming in the right right things coming to me. Maybe I haven't thought of things that maybe I've been asking for things that are not right for me. So that's okay if they don't come, but let the right things come. See how many points of views there and how many expectations of what success has to show up as. Right? Notice everything having power. Somebody said having power, having money, having happiness, and I should be happy first, right? And how many conditions are you putting on success? How much expectation of it's like, you're like inviting somebody to your home and you're saying, but you have to be like this, like this, like this. You have to show up at the right time. You have to be wearing the right clothes. You have to make me happy. You don't make me happy, then you can't come in. And I should be happy and my family should be happy too. Plus, if you're coming, just bring money also. And by the way, if you can make me famous, please do that also. Like, oh my God, it's like, it's okay, ma'am. Let me not come to your place. Can I go someplace else? Do you see how many expectations do we have of success? So everything here's again the addition. The first tool is asking for the points of views that you have about success. What does success mean to me? And did you notice how you all went into all of these different points of views, or what it has to look like, what it has to show up as? Everything. And I'll tell you why we're destroying and uncreating it. Don't worry, when we destroy and uncreate, nothing that's going to contribute to you is going to go away. All right, know that. Consciousness knows, consciousness has your back. So all the points of views, all the expectations, all the decisions and judgments and conclusions that you have about what success is, what it has to look like, when it has to show up for you, when it hasn't shown up for you, in the past references of what was successful and what was not. Will you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay. So it's important for you to first become present with what does success really mean to you, and then destroy and uncreate all the points of views that you have, because what expectation does, what, like I just told you, it's like you're putting so many conditions on that person who you've invited to your home that that person might not want to come. Yeah. Now, how many points of views and what judgments do you have? So this is the continuation of the first tool. How many points of views you have of what failure is? What does failure mean to you? Can you tell me, what does failure mean to you? What is failure? What is failure, guys? Come on. No, you've only thought of success. You've never thought of what failure is. I don't want to fail, you said when I asked you. How many of you, you said, no, I don't like failure? Didn't you say that? Everyone went, no, I like success. Nobody likes failure. But what does failure mean to you?
So failure is that you feel defeated when you don't achieve what you desire.
Interesting. You feel defeated. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Shweta.
Hi. Failure is the feeling, you said, of being defeated. Is that what you said?
Yes,
When
yes,
things
yes.
don't go your way. All right. So I'm going to ask you a question now. When you've decided things are not going your way, will you be able to see the ones that are actually? Is it possible that everything in your life is not going your way?
Not at that moment.
Right. So when you have already concluded that things are not going your way, you already have a point of view that, oh, it's not going my way, something's wrong, I'm wrong. And you see in that judgment, there is so much of judgment of you must have done something wrong. You're always the victim. People always do that to you. You never succeed. But what if everything, there's this amazing tool which you can actually add to this when a point of view comes up, which you don't seem to be able to change with the POC and POD, or you can actually go, what if everything here is the opposite of what it appears to be? And did you guys hear the audio that I recorded and sent out today on the group? I spoke about this, where you actually, things could be totally the opposite of what you think it is. All right, so just take a moment and look back in your life when you thought something was not going your way and you were disappointed and you were depressed. I remember I was about to get married to a guy because I thought I was in love with him. And I was like, oh my God, my parents introduced me to this guy. And we were like, after speaking to him about 4 or 5 times, I fell in love with him. I mean, I thought I did, right? And I was almost like ready to, I was like, yeah, we're going to make it work. And that guy really did not, had no expectation, like not expectation the way we talk about it, no desire to create the future. Very happy being a salesman, very happy doing what he was doing. Probably one of the very few guys I spoke to at that time. And I thought I was in love. And then I got really depressed when I was made to break off. And I thought things were not going my way. I thought my life sucked. I thought nobody's ever going to love me again. You know, just an example of the universe had my back, because I don't know what my life would have been. I mean, I have an idea. It wouldn't have been the same. So has it ever happened to you where you decided that things were not working your way, and later on probably turned out quite the opposite, and something really amazing showed up for you? Ever happened to you in your short life, long life? Yes. Yes. So you see, all the points of views that you have about how things are not working is just your point of view. Maybe the universe has your back. Maybe it's showing you something. So, and again, feelings are how you cut off your awareness. So when you're feeling that things are not going your way, when you feel defeated, when you feel, please ask a question. And ask a question is a tool which goes everywhere, right? Even we're asking questions. What does success mean to me? What does failure mean to me? Right? So please look at, does every one of you here have something that you think you failed at? Something that bothers you? Because yeah, the feeling seems real, of course. Anything that you thought you failed at really badly and it felt horrible, like just said it like you feel defeated, you feel bad, you feel horrible about yourself. Look at it. I mean, let's just stay with it and see what we can change with that. Because unless you're willing to change your points of views, we really can't get anywhere about success and failure. That is the first step. Make sense? Guys, could you mute yourselves, please? Unless you're asking a question. Thank you. So look at something that you thought was failure, and let's ask some questions around it. So this is tool number 2, looking at your points of views. First you destroyed and uncreated it, and now really looking at what you thought failure was. Look at it and ask, did I really fail at it? Did I really fail? Or was it something else? And let's run. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is, that's an access consciousness tool, which works amazingly for a lot of so many different things. You can even use it when you're not able to sleep, by the way. Have you tried it? Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Do it now with me, with that energy that you have about failure. I failed. Oh my God, I failed. It could be an exam. It could be a relationship. It could be business. It could be losing money. It could be anything. A failed opportunity, a lost opportunity. Get the energy of that and ask, did I really fail? And we're doing everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. And nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. And right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys, POVS and beyonds. And ask yourself, did I really fail? Did I fail? Or was something different showing up? Another question that you can ask is, did I really want to do this? Did you really want to do what you were doing? Did you desire to do it truly? Or is it that you thought you wanted to do it, you gave it your best shot, but basically you didn't want to do it in the first place? Could that be a possibility? So did you fail, or did you just believe that you failed? And everything that does not allow you to have total clarity and ease with this. Because you might be like, no, I wanted to do it. Yeah, what is she talking about? I did. Or you might go, oh yeah, I didn't. I really don't want to do it. Whichever one it is for you. Just look at the energy of that. Because guys, till you keep believing you're a failure, you will not allow yourself to receive anything that could be a contribution to you. Does that make sense? So one more time, all the points of views you have about success, all the points of views that you have about failure, And all the literal and emotional POVS you're using, which are the points of views you're avoiding, maybe to receive clarity, defending the righteousness of it. So what we do is we say, okay, cool. What am I avoiding with this? And what am I defending with this? And or while you're running the clearing statement, like we go, all the points of views I have about success, all the points of views I have about failure, including the literal and emotional POVADs, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POC, online shows, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. Okay, so please begin to question your points of views about where you think you failed. Where did you think you failed? Is it real? Is it true? Or did somebody just tell you that you failed and you believed it because you thought that person knew better than you, was older than you, cared for you more, and they told you, so of course they would be right and you wouldn't. So who told you that you failed? Where did you believe that point of view that you failed? Yeah. And again, I'm going to repeat myself if you haven't heard me say this before. Belief is a killer of creation. What you believe intensely, is how it's going to show up in your reality. So what are you going to believe? That you're a failure, or that you can actually succeed? And again, what if none of these two things, success or failure, were true? What if they were just points of views? How do you decide you're successful? How do you decide you're a failure? And the way you guys said, if it doesn't show up the way I want it to, if it doesn't come to me in the time frame that I've asked it to, if it doesn't bring me fame, have you had things that you've been successful at that might not have made you famous? Like I think I'm very successful with parenting. I'm not famous for it. I think I'm great at creating friendships, but that hasn't brought me glory, but it's brought me a hell of a lot of other things, which I'm very grateful for. So if you start measuring success in terms of money, in terms of fame, in terms of feelings, notice how contractive it becomes. But if you start to look at, does this bring me joy? Does it make me happy? Even a tiny bit? Does this make my life worth living? Then is that success? Now, why we're talking about all of these things is because a lot of times, because we believe we failed, because we believe that all of these things have not happened to me, my business has not flourished as much as I wanted to, money is not coming in, I'm not famous, I'm not happy. Can anyone ever make you happy? Or can you be happy even if that you don't have that X amount of money that you want right now? Even if you don't have that relationship that you're asking for, even if you don't have the right body, can you make a choice to be happy? It might seem difficult, but it's actually just the flip of a switch. You could just turn on, you're happy. You could just go, okay, cool. I choose to be happy right now. I don't care whether, yeah, I'm going to work towards it, of course. But in this moment, do I have more than I asked for even a couple of years ago? Do you? Tell me, truth. In this moment today, do you have more than what you asked for maybe 2 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe even last year? But we are humanoids, guys. And you know what humanoids are? Humanoids are people who will always ask for more. You will keep changing your targets. You will keep asking for more. And a lot of times you've asked for something and you get it, but you don't acknowledge it. You're still trying to get it. Right? And in that moment, you miss out your success. You miss out that thing that you created. You miss out on it because you're so busy focusing on your problems, on your failures. So another time, let's destroy and uncreate all the, are you willing to destroy and uncreate all the points of views of success and failure? Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, poc, online shorts, boys, POVS, and beyonds. All right. Now, any questions coming up for you guys? No? So let's, for a moment, one more moment, take the energy of what we were calling a failure, and we've run the everything is the opposite of what it appears to be on that. And we've asked if I really desired it, did I wonder what shifted for you, because nobody's telling me what shifted for you. Now also ask, this is another question, which is part of tool 2, basically. you can actually look at it and go, okay, what did this experience create for me? What awareness did it create for me that I didn't acknowledge because I decided it was a failure? So whatever you think was a failure, what did that experience create for you? What did you learn from it? What did you receive from it that you haven't acknowledged because you have already decided that you failed, that that thing did not succeed? Did you miss out on an awareness? Did you miss out on a learning? Did you miss out on a gift? So what did that experience create for you? And if you decide, if you actually let go of the point of view that it was a failure, then can you receive the awareness? Because you chose it. Everything in our lives we choose. You chose it because you knew it was going to create something for you. It didn't show up the way you wanted it to. It didn't create what you wanted it to. But what did it create? It created something. What did it create that you haven't acknowledged yet? And this is a very important question for you to get over your failure. Point of view, actually, that it was a failure or you are a failure. Everything that is, one more time, there's a lot of charge on you're a failure, right, wrong, good, bad, protocol, intros, boys, POVS, and beyonds. Yeah? Did you get that? All right, time for tool number 3, unless you guys have a question. You have another question? No? All right. So how many of you were on the, like how Gary Douglas, founder of Access Consciousness, says that there is people give up, when we fail. Do you know when we fail? Who can tell me when we actually fail? Can you ever fail? Have you guys gone to dinner, like turn off your cameras and gone to dinner? I mean, like you're just pretending you're here. Maybe I'm a failure. Nobody wants to listen to this. Nobody wants to be on my girl. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. Everything that is destroyed and great all. Some people thankfully switched on their cameras again. So I know at least one person has not gone to dinner. Maybe others have. All right, that's okay. What is this creating for me that I'm not acknowledging? I'm going to use my own tool. Okay, so when do you actually fail?
When you can't get over it, you remain stuck on it.
Okay. Okay, so when you don't desire to change it? Oh,
When
yeah.
the results does not show as expected.
No, but you haven't failed yet. They haven't shown up as you expected. Agreed. But does that mean you failed?
Progress, then you are fair.
Sorry, what did you say?
When you are not feeling in such a progress and not feeling happy with what you are having,
Yeah.
then it's a failure.
You're still not a failure. You can still change it. You can still turn it around by saying,
Yeah, but there is possibility. But at that moment, you feel the failure. There is
feel
always
like a failure. You feel like a failure. That is the right thing. You feel like a failure, but you haven't really failed till you have given up. You might turn it around tomorrow. You might turn it around day after. You might turn it around the next month. Question is, have you given up? Because until you give up, you will never fail. It's like you were walking in a direction. Have you seen these marathons, like where people are running? The runner falls down. Maybe the others move ahead of him. Maybe he didn't finish the sprint in the right time. But he's a failure if he doesn't get up again and run, right?
Right.
Or maybe not. If he's really hurt, then that's a different thing. My point is that until and unless you give up, you haven't really failed. It's only when we decide I have given up and this is beyond me and I can't do this anymore is where we're inviting failure. And Gary says most people give up just when success is 2 steps away. So how many times have you given up? And again, this is not meant to judge you. How many times have you given up just when you were about to reach success? Just when it was about to show up for you? And everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes, right.
That pot and pock, online.
Online sorts, boys, poets, and
Thank you. Awesome. So also, a lot of times we start creating something and the energy of it kind of is like, oh, nothing's showing up. I worked so hard on it. I've done this and I've done that. And nothing seems to be working. You might be tempted to give up, right? So everywhere you're being tempted to give up, whatever the thing is. Or if you're judging yourself for the past, talking about that. If you can destroy and uncreate the point of view that you failed there also, maybe that thing can contribute to your present also. So let it go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, whatever it is that you are creating, and if you have this energy of, oh my God, it's not showing up, what do I do? Please stop doing that. That is a great question that you can ask. When is the time for this to show up? Okay. And a lot of things have an energy of their own. It might feel like, and that's what I'm saying, feelings are what take away your awareness. So it might feel like nothing's changing, nothing's shifting. I put in so much hard work. I put in money. I put in time. I've been asking for this for like ages. When is it going to show up? That is the time when you actually, would you like a clearing for that? Do you have that kind of a situation ever? Would you like a clearing for that?
Yes.
No, everybody's out for dinner. Nobody wants it. Everybody's busy eating. No, I want to eat. I don't want to listen to success and failure. It's okay. Forget it. But it's rude because I can't sign off since I've already joined in. So I just switch off my camera and I'll just stay there. Like everywhere. Okay, by the way, if you're not willing to be rude, or if you're not willing, if you want to appease people, if you want to be nice, well, then, I mean, it's a little difficult to be successful.
Shweta, you're breaking in the middle. So if you
Am
want
I?
to check your internet connectivity.
Shows fine at my end. What part did you not hear? I wonder. Maybe it's not for this call then.
No, it was just cutting off, but now it's okay.
Okay.
Something about not wanting to be rude.
Yeah, not want to be rude. So if you're not willing to be rude, if you want to be nice, well then good luck. Good luck with that. So we talk about that more on the call that we have coming up on 9th September, which is about moving beyond failure. These points of views of I've failed, it feels like this. And it sometimes goes deeper than just talking about it and getting over it. Sometimes we're not able to. Sometimes it's very simple. Sometimes it's just one pock and pot and it goes away. The question is, what are you asking to create as success? Where are you willing to go with success? Are you willing to give up? Are you not willing to give up? Are you willing to choose greater? Where are you willing to go with this? And if you can actually get over your points of views about what success and failure are, then what can you create? What are you desiring to create? All right. And yeah, I have a clearing for you guys if you desire to
Yes.
call. So that call is on 9th, which is Friday, and it's a 2.5-hour call. We'll be putting up the details on the Manifest Tell Me How group. It's on an early bird. Today was the last day. I'll keep it extended till tomorrow. There is an early bird pricing on it, so you can reach out to me or Gurjeet if you have any questions or requiring clarity on that. And in the meantime, we were talking about what can you do when you begin a process, when you begin to actually create something that seems like the energy is gone, it's not showing up. I don't know when it's going to happen and I'm ready to give up that. And you actually go, all right, cool. Is it really true that this thing has gone away and nothing's showing up? Or am I just believing that? Is it just a point of view? So then you ask, okay, what energy, space, consciousness, choice can I be that will contribute to this so that it generates, creates, and institutes with total ease? Okay. Because that thing has now acquired an energy of its own. It's like we put in a lot of effort, we put in a lot of time, we put in money, we put in whatever we had to do. And now you're getting all restless, now you're getting all worked up. Is it going to show up? Is it not going to show up? When is it going to show up? What am I going to do? Oh my God, that guy who took my interview hasn't called me yet. What do I do? My salary is not hiking up. My boss is not letting me know about my promotion, or that trip that I wanted to go to. My visa is not coming in, whatever it is. If you've done your action bit, then now's the time for allowing that energy to contribute to you, allowing the thing to show up in your world. Yes, my internet connection is unstable, Gurjeet, you're right. So, what energy space consciousness choice can we be to outcreate technology and receive from it also with total ease? Okay. So ask that question and let that creation contribute to you. So basically, these were actually, we start always by saying three, but each question has questions in its own self. I mean, that's the way I function. When I ask a question, there'll be so much more awareness showing up that there'll be three more questions, there'll be three more tools or five more tools that come up. So we say 3, 7, like the numbers really don't work for me. So I hope you got the energy of what we're talking about in terms of success and failure, because I know I've been in places like all of you would have been where you feel like you failed, where you feel like you're not generating or creating anything, where you feel like all your effort has gone to waste. Please don't buy that as true. Please don't believe that. It's just a point of view. And a point of view can be changed. And if you don't change it, well, then nothing new can really show up because your point of view creates your reality. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? So any other questions there? Anything else that you want to talk about? Because this is what I really wanted to share with you today. And yeah, success is all of these things that you guys said. Fame, money, great relationships, a great body. Question is, where are you creating it from? Are you creating it from a space of true choice? Or are you creating it from a space of judgment, from a space of feeling? Because feeling will, like notice when you say, I feel, you just contract yourself. So can you create more when you're expanded, when you allowance, when you're not judging, or can you create more when you're feeling all of these things? You see, feelings will always contract you and make you smaller. And well, can you receive more when you're an infinite being or when you're this small little being in a small little body? Yeah. Yes, Gurjeet, you had a question?
So, Shweta, my question is that how to get out of this uh, entire maze or matrix of success and failure, because everything is measured in terms of success and failure for us. How to get out of this matrix? How to
1 second, 1 second. You said everything is measured in terms of success and failure.
in this reality?
Whose points of views are those? Yours?
No.
So how many points of views are you making real that make you buy into the lies of what success is and what failure is? And keep, jumping from one to the other, trying to figure out whether I've succeeded, whether I've failed, whether I've succeeded, oh, I'm about to fail. And how much energy goes into that, into the figuring out, rather than, hey, is this going to create for me? What is this choice going to create? What else can I choose here? And that is exactly what I was talking about, where because this really can't get sorted in a like a like a 2-minute conversation. When you actually start to see who implanted you with these points of views of what success is, what failure is, where are you buying into the matrix of this reality that you're talking about as real? Is it real? Like, have you seen the Matrix? Have you guys seen the Matrix? Come on. No. Oh, still no. Gurjeet?
I mean, I've seen this movie Matrix. I'm saying, have you actually seen the Matrix as such? Like, no. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you have. That you have because you've seen the reality. That is the Matrix. That you've seen. I was talking about
the movie. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, watch it.
Keanu Reeves, how can I miss that?
Yeah, how can you miss Keanu Reeves? He's like,
Yeah.
he's hot. He's
Yeah.
cool. So if you've seen the movie, then you know it's not real, but everyone and everything in this reality will try and make sure that you buy into it as real. Now, question is, are you willing to get out of it or not? There's no how do I get out of the matrix, because you've already bought into the matrix. And once you've got into the matrix, then how to get out of it? What if you could see the matrix for what it is and look at it and go, whoa, thank you so much. Not for me. Not for me. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Yeah, and this is what happens with access consciousness clearings or tools, where you start to become more present and more aware with what you could choose, what is going to be more contributive. what you don't want to get into, which is the reaction. Right. The moment you react, the moment you align and agree or resist and react, you've got into the matrix. You've just given them what they wanted from you. Control. You've given over your remote control to them. Right. So happy to have you guys on the, what is it called, Gurjeet? It's called the Clearing POVS Beyond Failure, Creating Ease with Success, and it's 3 to 5:30 p.m. India time. Like I said, early bird price till tomorrow evening. And we're also starting the Club Manifest call. So I wonder if any of you are on our Manifest 100 calls, which we have the last call on Thursday. And again, these are independent calls, or you can pick them up together. And we're starting Club Manifest, where we'll be having these 3 calls a month. And the bonus clearing loop for you guys. We start September calls from September 13. And these are about manifesting. So in the first set of calls, we did 100, manifest 100 things that you desire. And we're just going to keep rolling, do more, create more, manifest more with different things, look at how we can get out of. So that starts on September 13th. And yeah, I think that's kind of it.
You want to talk about the tool sheet or something?
I don't know. What am I supposed to talk about? I don't know. Oh, the one that that we're going to give out after this call? Is that
Yeah.
what
So
you're talking
how,
about?
how are we going to go about how are we
I
going
have
to
no clue. You tell me. I have no clue. I've forgotten the matrix of this reality. You tell me, Gurjeet. What are we going to do?
So like we'll post it on the 100 group, and anybody who wants can take it if that's what works.
So we're
or
basically
whatever.
going to be sharing the PDF and the tools that we spoke about today on this call as a tool sheet for you guys. That's a gift from us on the Manifest 100. Tell me how group, where if you're already there, where you got the link to this call, and yeah, and we'll be rolling out more freebies, more call details, and you're free to reach out to either of us for anything else that you desire. Thank you. So any other questions, guys? Thank you, Gurjeet. That you're awesome. Any other questions on success and failure? Or are we good? Looks like we're good. Anything else, guys? Anything else you want to change and have success with? Or none of us want success? Forget it. It sucks. Oh, I don't want success. Who cares anyways? All right, cool. So thank you so much for being on this call. Thank you for sparing your valuable time. And I wonder what contribution I can be to you now and in the future. Reach out to us if you want more clarity on any of the topics, anything that's going on in your world, and maybe we can create calls around that too. So thank you so much. For you guys, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.